Unleashing value through vision, how community unlocks the true potential of Stellar's XLM. Welcome back, visionaries. Thank you for returning to the channel. If you're new here and passionate about purpose-driven investing, financial freedom, and building conscious communities through tools like Stellar's XLM, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode that empowers your financial and personal evolution. In an age where algorithms decide headlines and market ticks mimic emotional swings, it's easy to forget a timeless truth. We build the future, not alone, but together. Whether it's reshaping our lives or reshaping economies through decentralized technologies like Stellar's XLM, the power of community is the ultimate multiplier. But before communities build markets, they build people, and the transformation begins within. Reprogramming for possibility. Every individual walks around with an internal operating system, a subconscious mind shaped by repetition, emotion, and experience. We may consciously want success, health, and financial freedom, but if our subconscious is coded with doubt, scarcity, or unworthiness, we'll sabotage our own potential. Real motivation doesn't start with fireworks. It starts with rewiring. It's the same with investing. Many look at the crypto markets and say, I want to get in, but their inner world is filled with hesitation. They've been programmed to fear the unknown, mistrust innovation, and believe wealth is reserved for others. That's outdated software, and it needs an upgrade. Stellar's mission reflects this mindset reset. It dares to challenge traditional financial systems, offering a pathway for those who have been excluded for decades. Its technology is brilliant, but its philosophy is revolutionary. Everyone deserves access. That belief begins with individuals, then becomes unstoppable with community. Courage in market movements. The warrior's edge. Life doesn't hand out guarantees. Neither does the market. But it rewards those who step in with clarity and conviction. The warrior mentality, a theme we've explored deeply, isn't about aggression. It's about presence. It's knowing the risks, accepting the outcomes, and committing anyway. That mentality applies directly to investing in disruptive ecosystems like Stellar's. Early adopters aren't just gamblers, they're visionaries. They see a future before it's mainstream. They embrace volatility not because it's fun, but because they understand growth requires turbulence. They don't let red candles shake their faith. The warrior doesn't fight alone, he fights for something bigger. That's where community enters, not as cheerleaders, but as builders, validators, and catalysts. In crypto, tribes aren't hype machines. They're energy fields. When aligned with purpose, they transform ideas into movements. The triple alignment, head, heart, and hand in action. This is where real motivation transforms into action. The most powerful investors and humans align three forces. The head brings clarity. It studies Stellar's supply, burn events, and real-world utility. It understands circulating supply, partnerships, and market adoption. It sees XLM not as speculation, but strategy. The heart holds resilience. It withstands market dips and social chatter. It believes in the deeper mission, banking the unbanked, connecting the disconnected, and providing speed, transparency, and access across borders. The hand gives. It spreads awareness, supports creators, contributes insights, and funds development. Your XLM isn't just digital currency. It's a vote for the future you want to build and see. This triad, when exercised by a community, turns passive holders into purposeful participants. They aren't waiting for moonshots. They're working toward meaningful milestones. Supply, demand, and the network effect. Let's talk economics. Stellar's circulating supply sits at about 31 billion XLM. It's finite. The burn event in 2019 was a bold step towards scarcity, signaling commitment to long-term value. But supply only tells half the story. The real magic is in demand, and demand is created when people use, trust, and advocate for the system. This is where community becomes the MVP. Every new Stellar wallet, transaction, app, or cross-border exchange increases frictionless economic activity. Every post, video, partnership, and educational campaign drives awareness. You want XLM to grow in value? Then grow its visibility, grow its adoption, grow its relevance. And that doesn't happen by waiting. It happens by showing up. Imagine 10,000 people committing to telling one new person each week about Stellar. That's 500,000 new minds touched annually. Now imagine half of those creating a wallet. That's 250,000 new accounts, not from ads, but from real people speaking real passion. That's supply demand powered by community consciousness. Success is daily, not distant. One of the most motivational truths is also the simplest. Success is a daily agenda, not a distant arrival. That philosophy is just as relevant in wealth building as it is in mindset. Too many investors chase the pump, wait for news cycles, or pray for price spikes. But the real movers, they build, refine, and contribute every day. They show up in discords, write code, share insights, and teach others. That's where Stellar stands out. Its community isn't loud, it's effective. It believes in patience over hype and progress over perfection. And when people invest time instead of just money, something incredible happens. Value compounds organically. The Stellar Development Foundation can't do it all. But with aligned believers carrying the message forward, the network thrives. That's where your role matters, not just as an investor, but as an instigator of evolution. Reciprocity, giving to grow. The final and maybe most powerful motivation comes from a universal law. What you give out, you get back. If you're stingy with knowledge, effort, or trust, the world responds with scarcity. But when you pour out energy, intention, and support, the returns often exceed imagination. Want Stellar's XLM to shine? Contribute. Share your learning. Sponsor education. Help onboard newbies. Build tools. Offer feedback. Start a local meetup. Write the tweet. Record the video. You don't have to be an influencer. You just have to believe enough to act. Because in this decentralized age, every small ripple matters. Every user is a node in the network, and every action expands the possibility space. That's the power of community, not just as consumers, but as co-creators of value. If you found this valuable, please take a second to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who believes in investing with purpose. We're building a conscious community here. One wallet, one mindset, one video at a time. Disclaimer: this content is for educational and inspirational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Please do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions.